Hello everyone, how's it going? It is me, Jack here, and welcome back to the JCR YouTube channel. It's been such a long while since our last YouTube upload. I'm looking back now at my YouTube channel. It was the 10th of November when I said I was going to start a Sheffield Wednesday Football Manager save, but it never really got off the ground. I didn't really have the motivation to do it. However, I'm feeling very motivated to do this save because, as you can see by the title, it is a bottom at Christmas challenge where the aim is to try and take over a club bottom in the Premier League at Christmas and try and keep them in the league. Just to update you in terms of the save file, I've updated the database so we're into the 24-25 season. However, it says 2023. All the transfers have been updated from the January window in 2025. Manager updates have happened as well. Got face packs, logo packs, everything needed to start this save. However, the thing I don't know is the team that we're going to be doing it with. If you've clicked on the video, you know exactly what team I am doing it with. However, let's find out which team it is going to be. I'm hoping that it's a team that we can, first of all, survive in the Premier League with, so hopefully have decent players, and second of all, the point gap isn't humongous where it's going to make this challenge so difficult. Obviously, I'm expecting teams like Ipswich to be down there, Southampton to be down there, the teams Leicester City to be down there. But I'm hoping that points gap isn't massive already at this stage of the season. So let's click Premier League and let's see which team we're going to be with. Yeah, Southampton. I had a feeling it would be them. However, the points gap isn't too bad. We're only 4 points off 13th in the league. And we've got a game in hand, only played 18 games. We have only won 3. Brighton, Everton, Leicester. And we've drawn 6, but we've got some big points there. Urich is still in charge, so we'll take over as Southampton manager then, which, you know what, I suppose I could have had an easier job, but unfortunately we've got them. I mean, if you look there at the teams that were around, sorry, I'm just doing this managerial stuff. If you looked at the teams there that are around us, we could have had Forest, they're only a point ahead. Brentford are 2 points ahead, but they've got 2 games in hand. Palace, Ipswich are 16th. Where are Leicester? Leicester are 12th. So actually, there's some pretty big sides down there. Villa are currently down there. Bournemouth, Fulham. So this relegation zone is quite tight. So let's take over as them. I am going to use, I'm going to go professional regional level, just below what the Southampton level is, probably about a championship level manager as we take over Southampton. So there we go, Southampton, hire Jack Carriley. Eyebrows have been raised in the world of football at the appointment of the inexperienced 23-year-old, and he's sure to face plenty of questions as I meet the media for the first time. Obviously, I'm expecting the aim for this side to avoid relegation. That is obviously the aim of the challenge. And who knows, if you guys enjoy this, we might continue on with Southampton, see if we can get them back to the glory days of being in Europe and try and push on with a few seasons. I don't know, but for now, short term, let's get Southampton survived this season, because of course in real life they do not look like that at all. They look like they're going to go down as we record this with the lowest points record in Premier League history, even worse than the Southampton side, than the Derby side that relegated in 2008. We'll quickly do this press conference. I'm very excited to be here. Do you have the wage budget? I'm not too sure, but I don't really want to discuss finances with you all just yet. What challenge did you face? Age is just a number. Then inherit a professional bunch of players. Last manager did some good work. Let's just, we won't bash it. We'll just say the last manager did some good work. Can you leave Southampton? Can't wait to get started. I share their ambitions, the sort of place that I do want to work in. Don't know yet. Let's not make any predictions. Expect we'll be sensible in training. It's about development. Genuinely felt this was the perfect job. I've got a good idea of playing squad. Good players want to impress. Right, let's take a look then. I kind of don't want to make a tactic just yet. I just want to look at the players, and then I'm going to go off, make a team, and then we'll get ready and we'll play that first game at home against Fulham, which will be a big game for us because if we can win it, it gets us out the relegation zone. So a number of players that are out on loan, an astronomical amount of players that are currently out on loan. So let's just get rid of these and just see what we are working with. We'll put them in the under 21. So this is the squad. Quite big. It's 28 players big. We've got, wow, £34 million to play with. The finances here are absolutely fantastic. I might just have to move that slightly to accommodate some extra wage. Have Southampton been taken over or anything like that? Nope, haven't been taken over. I'm missing my... I can't see the... There we go, ability. Right, ability. Kyle Walker-Peters is probably the best player we've got at the club. Obviously, as a right back, first team quality. He's wanted at the minute as well by Arsenal, so he's a good player. Adam Lallana's also on this list as well. Physically, not really there anymore, but technically fantastic. Got a great defender there in Jan Bednarek. He's tall, he's relatively quick, he's got great technical stats, some good mental attributes as well. Yukinari Sugawara could do a right wing job, probably prefers to play more as an inverted winger on the right. 23 years of age. They've got some alright players actually. They've got this guy Kamaldeen Sulemana, who I've seen a lot of before. I think he's more of an inside forward, and I definitely want to get him off the loan list. I don't know why he's on there. They've got Aaron Ramsdale, who's a great option on Football Manager. Flynn Downs, who's a really good ball-winning midfielder. I like the look of him. So actually, they have got some decent players. So I don't understand really. Well, I can understand why they are at the bottom of the league because there's unfortunately players who are just better than them. But we've got a good opportunity here to get some points off the board. Their recent form shows that they've got a back-to-back wins against Everton, Brighton, but they haven't won in, 8 games in the league. And after this game against Fulham, we've got Arsenal away, Man City at home, which is very bad. However, a more acceptable run of 2 games there, Leicester City and Ipswich, and of course we might look to do some business in January to try and rebuild this squad. Some way, maybe add, I wouldn't say rebuild, maybe add some players whereby get themselves in a position where we could hopefully stay up this season. And as I say, the under-21s are actually really strong. We've got players like Gavin Bazunu here that are out on loan. Obviously, we've got Ramsdale for cover there, but Edozie could have been a great option, but he's out on loan. Ben Brereton Diaz, I suppose they made a punt on him, didn't they, to try and get him into to keep him up in the Premier League, but it hasn't really worked out. So yeah, there's players there. Let me have some time now with the squad. I'm going to make a few changes to the tactics, and then we'll come back and we'll play the first game this season at home against Fulham. Right then, so we've advanced right to this game against Fulham, and I've been able to come up with a tactic, briefly talk to the players in the team meeting, and come up with this system. It's very basic. It's just a 4-3-3 with one defensive midfielder and the 2 midfielders in play. And I'm hoping this system is going to help us in this first game against Fulham. It'll be Ramsdale in goal, a back 4 of Walker-Peters, Howard Bellis, Bednarek, and Charlie Taylor at left back. Flynn Downs has got great stats, and I think he'll be a perfect ball-winning midfielder. I'm going to play Smallbone as a box-to-box midfielder and Adam Lallana as more of a central attacking midfielder. Sugawara and Fraser on either side with Ross Stewart up front. I can't believe in the Premier League I'm saying Ross Stewart's name. I was going to play Cameron Archer, but he's just picked up about a flu on Christmas Day, and Suleiman has picked up a 4-day knock as well. Quickly I've identified strikers. We are the lowest scoring team in the league, so I need a striker, and I'm also going to be looking for a box-to-box midfielder. I think we need someone there, potentially someone on the left as well. I think Sugawara's got good ability at the right-hand side. Suleiman is a really good backup, I think, to bring on off the bench. He's got some great speed and some good technical stats. However, I think we need someone here. So we'll start these players. I know Charlie Taylor, Sugawara and Fraser are lacking in match sharpness. However, they've just got to crack on with it today as we look to try and get something in this game against Fulham. I'm just going to say, go out there and give the fans their money's worth. It's a first chapter of a new story. It's always important to score goals. I'm hoping for a performance in this game. We haven't won in 8 games. It would be fantastic if we could get off the mark here and get a win, but we know how difficult it's going to be. Danny Ings leads the line for a Fulham side that isn't the strongest Fulham side on paper. However, we know that we're going to have to start picking up results if we are to survive this season in the Premier League. I'm just going to change some of these things already. We'll go to key highlights. We'll just move that up there like that. Perfect. I think we'll leave things like this for now as we are attacking already, which is a good start. Walker Peters puts a ball in which doesn't connect to the head of Ross Stewart. However, good early start as we look to try and control this game as we have played on. So we'll move on to this screen as another highlight kicks off with Ryan Fraser finding Smallbone, who plays through Ross Stewart. He's running forward with the ball. He's into the penalty area. Walker Peters picks it up. Walker Peters attacking forward with it. He shoots. It's a shot on target, but it's a tame effort in front of goal as Bernd Leno makes a comfortable save. However, good early start for us as we are leading the shots on target record, which I bet Southampton haven't been able to do much at all this season. But it's a good early start. However, Fulham now up a corner. Harry Wilson knocks it in, and it's a header by Jorge Cuenca. It looks like he was unmarked there as he rose up to head that ball. But Jorge Cuenca gives Fulham the first goal in this game. He wasn't unmarked. He just, whoever that was, the number 11, just missed his, Ross Stewart, just misjudged his header there as Fulham take the lead. However, we'll encourage the boys in this first half here, as they haven't played too badly at all, as hopefully we can try and get a foothold in this game and try and get a goal. Anthony Robertson attacking on the left-hand side. Fulham really having a bit of a dominant speller towards the back end of this first half. Robinson into the area, cuts in Wilson. It's easy. It's 2-0. And unfortunately, Fulham extend their lead. Nothing really we could have done, to be fair. It's saying Flynn Downs has made a mistake, but has he really? What mistake has he made here? He backs off, he misses the interception. Wilson taps in for 2-0, but it's unfortunate. However, we come in 2-0 down at the break. I'm just going to say, show me something else in the second half. However, they started well. 2 slight errors have cost us in the first half. However, let's attack on in this second half and hope we could try and get something back as we progress forward. We've hit the hour mark. Let's make some changes. I can see opposition. Let's try and press some of these players who are looking tired. I can see tackling there. Let's tackle hard into them and show them onto their weaker foot. See if we can really play to our strengths. Let's bring on Grenbeck. Adam Lallana isn't having the best game, but he's still a strong player that can make an impact. I'll keep Charlie Taylor on for now. Let's bring on Mateus Fernandez as a box-to-box midfielder. We definitely need a box-to-box midfielder in this window. We definitely need some forward players because that's what we're lacking in. We're lacking in goals. We need forward players in the window. And that's the beauty of this challenge, is that you're able to identify errors in the team and hopefully counteract them by bringing in some quality. I know Suleiman he's injured, but I think he can give me 10 minutes and in danger of obviously damaging Lallana's fitness. Let's bring on a Rebo and we'll encourage the boys with the final 10 minutes to go. It'd be great if we get a goal. It will give us that confidence. As you can just see there, Brentford are 17th and they've only had 17 games, and we've got a highlight here. It's going to be Grombiek to take it. Howard Bellis. Howard is in an offside position. And it looks like that's going to be the end of the game then. Southampton 0, Fulham 2. It's not the way we wanted it to go. just going to say I'm not happy with your performance. I'm going to say I'm far from pleased. It seems a bit aggressive. But I think when you look at the stats, it doesn't look too bad. I think there's definitely work we can do here to try and improve ourselves as we look forward to the next game. I'm going to do a bit of the window, maybe come back for the back end of January. These two games here, Ipswich and West Ham, are looking inviting. I think we might play those two games as we look to try and complete this bottom at Christmas challenge. But if you're excited for the rejuvenation of this YouTube channel, please hit the like button, comment and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. And I'll catch you for the next episode of this bottom of Christmas challenge very soon. Take care, guys. Bye bye.